My friends, we're back, and with this video I decided to make this video because this is something I talk about in my free-to-play experience series, and I wanted to make a video dedicated to strictly this. So what this video is about is getting those mythic weapons and getting those rolls that you want. So what am I talking about? Mythic weapons. So if you're new, you may be like, what's he talking about? That's these orange boxed weapons. So these are outside of the exotic weapon. These are the weapons that you want on your character. You see, we got a bunch of sidearms here, and we got a bunch of shotguns. Now, the thing you want to take note when it comes to these weapons is you want one that has double mythic perks. Why? Because that is worth more power to your character, and these are going to be the better perks. The other thing when it comes to these mythic perks and mythic guns is you get to put these exotic mods on them, which add perk upgrades to your perks. So you can see this one. The first one, your sight, always applies to the origin trait. Your next one, which is your magazine, always applies to the first perk here. So you see for this magazine, we have the dual loader perk upgrade to it. And you want to get these exotic mods that actually have the upgrade for the perk that you're using. They can roll with different perks here, so pay attention to that. You want to get the one that enhances the perk on your gun. So for this, we have Karmic Reward. Let's take a look at our ammo mod here. You see Karmic Reward, we get that bonus. If you just slap any old exotic mod on here that doesn't have the bonus, that's not beneficial to you. Sorry about that. We had a phone call interrupting us. So on to the next point. When it comes to these mythic perks, each gun has 3 perks it can roll for in perk in column 1 and 3 in perk 2 column. Now, in total, that means there are 9 possible combinations. Why do I say 9? Well, because if you get conjugation, that means it can get one of these 3 perks with it when you finally get one to land. Now, they're not just going to drop to you with double mythics. You're going to get maybe like 1 mythic and then a legendary perk, or, you know, a blue perk. You have to keep rolling your weapon until you get what you're looking for. Okay? So, remember that number, 9 possible combinations of the double mythic perk to actually land in the way you want it. So, a couple things that you want to remember in that. How do you get these? Well, you get them from doing activities that can either drop the engrams, the gun itself, or farming mythic parameters. So the main way you're going to farm these is by getting mythic parameters, because this comes for free. You don't have to use any pinnacle energy when you do this. So what activities give the best mythic parameter outcome? Well, when you become reward level 7 or higher, so you're either 7 or 8 on your reward level, you have a couple choices. You can come into Haven Ops, inside the strikes. If you expand this here, you see down here in basic rewards, you get 34 mythic parameters every time you complete the activity and claim the basic rewards from the chest. Yes, you get 100 if you use pinnacle energy, but you shouldn't be using pinnacle energy just to farm these mythic parameters. You should use your pinnacle energy to target stuff that you need to upgrade your character with. Don't use pinnacle energy when you can get something for free. Use your pinnacle energy wisely. Also, when you're farming this, you're going to get chances at these exotic weapons. It's a 1% chance, but it's still a chance. I've gotten plenty of these on 1%. I've also done a lot of farming, though. So keep this in mind. When you're at a pinnacle energy and you're like, what should I do? Well, you can go do strikes. Get you some parameters. Start building those up. What else can you do? Well, you come in here, you go to Gauntlet Ops, you come to Gauntlet Blitz. Look, 34 parameters. Again, exotic weapon. Now what do you farm? Blitz or Strike? Well, farm whichever one has an exotic weapon in it that you're looking to get. You know, if I'm a Tan or a Umeko, maybe I want Izanagi as well, and I need those copies as well to upgrade my catalyst bands. So it makes sense for me to do gauntlet blitzes because there's a 1% chance I can get Izanagis, right? So farm one where you're going to benefit, where you possibly get that 1% drop on an exotic. Now you see there's also chances to get guns as well. 34% chance that a gun actually drops, but that's not going to be your main source of getting the gun you want with the mythic perks. The way you're going to most likely get it is from engrams. You see you can get an engram here too, right? But what you do with these parameters is once you get enough parameters, you then go to your inventory, you go to synthesize. You come right here to this engram here. The last one, bottom right, is a mythic weapon engram. Use to decrypt and acquire one of the following weapons. Unable to decrypt unacquired weapons. So once you have acquired the weapon, you can now roll for it. So what you have to do is craft it with 100 of your parameters. You can see right here, one parameter costs us 100. Now you read the thing it says. Material cost will increase as you synthesize more of this item. Resets weekly. The weekly reset is on Monday mornings, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. So you can do up to 60 cents at 100 a piece. Once you do 60, when your 61st is going to go up to 150. How do I know this? Well, look, if I raise this up, right, 100 a piece, so pay attention. So there's 60, right? That's going to mean it's going to be 6,000 parameters. That's 100 a piece. Now, if I wanted to do 61, see how it goes to 61, 150. The price goes up to 150 at that point. So at minimum, you should be farming out to do 60 cents a week. And even if you've already got the guns that you want, you should still do this every week and build up these engrams because new characters come out, new weapons come out. You want to have these engrams on hand and ready. Now, I personally don't need any of the mythic guns in the game because I have them all with the perks that I want. But because there's new characters that can come out, possibly new weapons, I'm going to go ahead and synth 60 of these. So watch, bang. 60 engrams, right? Now you see the price goes up to 150. I have enough parameters to make more, but I don't need to. I'll wait a week till next Monday when this goes back down to 100, and I'll synth more. And I'll keep these on hand. So look here. I now have 61 of them because I had already had one in my inventory. Now that brings me to the next thing. What do we do with them once we get them? You come over here to Bassinet in Haven. This is the gunsmith. Decrypt engram. Let's say I was looking to get a specific roll on... Oh, let me just pick a weapon. Like I said, I already have the rolls on every single gun that I want. So we're just going to collect to try to have every possible roll for the gun when it has double mythic perks. Remember, I told you there's 9 possible outcomes. So I'll go for the Del 3 Lassie. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to decrypt to acquire. Now, it usually takes 10 to 15 before you get one to drop with double mythic perks. So I'm going to roll again. And we'll keep going. I'm using it. Look, so I got it. That's because that didn't happen in 3. I had already rolled on this gun before, so it's, cumulative. Now you see it dropped with bullseye rebate and black body. Now, let's say that's not what I wanted. I wanted the bear and something else. I forget the name of the perk. But this is what you got to do. So even if you get the gun with double mythic perks and it doesn't have the perks that you want, you need to keep it. And I'm going to tell you why. You do not deconstruct these. The game works on like a knockout system. So once you get a roll with 2 mythic perks on it, it's not going to give you that same roll again if there's other ones that you don't have. So look, how many of these these do I have? Well, here's one. Okay, you can see that's the one we just got, I believe. No, that's bullseye rebate, black body. You're not going to see a duplicate. So that's one. Here's number two. Fraternity, syncopation. Here's three. There's the bear and syncopation. That's the roll I actually wanted. I already had it, but I don't have all 9. So I was just showing you how this works. You're not going to see a double. Bullseye rebate, syncopation. Fraternity, black body. Bullseye rebate, misfortune confetti. So those are all the ones I have so far. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 of the 9 possible mythic combos. As long as I keep these 6, the next 3 are going to be the 3 combos that I'm missing. So then I would have all 9. So by process of elimination, you will eventually get that roll you want. It's just a matter if you get it on the first roll, first time you get the double mythic drop, or the 9th, or somewhere in between. You just keep going and you just hold on to these guns. Do not dismantle these ones that have double mythic perks on it, even if it's not the perks you don't want, because you never know. Things may change. Plus, you want that knockout system to work in your favor. So you can see we have tons of them. Look at my solar ones. You won't see a double. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. There's 2 left that I could, or 8. There's number 8. So there's one more left combination that I don't have. So if I went and did these engrams for the total lockdown, the next one I'm going to get is going to be that 9th one. I'm not going to decrypt engrams just to show you and prove it to you guys, but trust me, I've done this. I have plenty of these guns to tell you you don't get a double if you already have the gun in your possession. Look, I have guns on guns with double mythic perks. None of those are doubles. Let's go to the crossbows. Look at all those double mythic perk weapons. None of them are doubles. Trust me, I'm telling you guys. Keep them. What's another one? Let's look at some auto rifles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have them all. I have every single combination you can have for the auto rifle. No repeats. This is how you do it, my friends. Look, the grenade launcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're only missing 1. Now, some of you can be like, I want to have every single one. Then go for all 9. But really, once you get the one that you want, you stop. And you move on to the next weapon. So, like I said, I just wanted to make a video dedicated directly to this to kind of show you how you effectively farm for these. When you're out of pinnacle energy for the day and you want to keep playing, jump into the strikes. You know, get those 34. Do strikes if you're looking for one of these exotics to drop. If you're looking for a different set exotic, go to Blitz. See, different exotics. These give you the most, 34. Sure, you can do other stuff. Maybe you're a Ning main and you want that crossbow. Well, you can go farm break-in and get mythic parts too, but you're only going to get 10 to 11 per break-in. But you get the shot at getting your crossbow, right? So that's what you can do. Let's say you wanted Octant Riot shotgun. Well, you jump down into Menace from above. Look, you're still 10 to 11 parts here. There's your Octant Riot. Maybe you want Izanagi's as well, and you wanted a Queensbreaker because you got Hellhest too, and you wanted 3 of these weapons. Well, then do this, but you're not going to get as many mythic parts, but you're still getting shots at exotic weapons as well. So that's what you do when you're out of pinnacle energy if you don't have those weapons that you're looking for, because like I said, you need to have a double mythic perk weapon on your character, because you then want to match it with the right mods for your gun. You're going to farm for these exotic weapon mods and you're going to get them, but they're not going to have the right perk upgrade on them. Your initial instinct is just going to be to slap it on your gun and level it up to level 10 just to get the power. But the thing I'm going to warn you about that is you're going to waste a lot of materials. Those astatine, whatever they're called, them orange things. Let's look at one so I can show you exactly. These things right here, you're going to waste a lot of those. And you're going to waste a lot of the, what are they called? Mobius clusters. Let me find them here. These things right here. Because these are used to upgrade those exotic mods. It takes a lot to get one to level 10. So if you max the wrong one up that doesn't have the perk upgrade on it, and then you finally get the one that does have the perk upgrade, and then you're like, well, I'll just dismantle that old one. You only get one of those back for the 20 plus that you spent leveling it up to level 10. So keep that in mind, my friends. But that's going to do it for this video. I think I hit everything that I wanted to. Just showing you how to farm mythic weapons effectively and what to do when it comes to leveling those up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and remember, when it comes to those mods, so let's take my shotgun, for example. Once you equip this mod to that gun, it is attached to that gun, meaning any gun named internal retribution, so any of these void shotguns can use that mod, but you cannot take that mod and then put it on, let's say, a fusion rifle. That's also an impact weapon, because once it's equipped to the gun, once you have it down here in this equipped section, that means you put it on the gun at some point. It's stuck there. You cannot move it to a different type of weapon. So I cannot put these mods on a fusion rifle because these are bound to my internal retribution. So you see I have some up here that say equipable. If I were to equip one of those on there, it locks it to the eternal retribution shotgun. That's why you see all these, because these go for something else. Now look, I have one for line formation. Well, that's great because my other shotgun that I would want to use is this one right here. Line formation and karmic reward. So I go between dual loader, karmic reward, and line formation. Depends on what I want to do. But you can see this one actually has a different one on it. Why? Because this was the very first one I got when I first started playing, and I wanted to level the gun up, so I just took whatever I got and I slapped it on there. That's what you don't want to do. So what I should come and do is come in here. Now you can see that one's equipped. The line formation, there's my one for dual loader. I could put that one on there, but neither of these are helping this out. But I can slap the line formation one on there. It's already at level 10 because once you enhance one of them, they carries over to the next. So I could go ahead and put this on there. But if I do, I'm no longer going to be able to use this line formation on any other gun that possibly gets line formation. And when it comes to the shotgun, there is. Okay, there's another shotgun. And it's the arc one. Let me find it. Pretty sure I have it. Look, line formation. So I could take that mod, put it on my void one with line formation so that that one's all set to use. Or if I ever think that I'm going to use this arc shotgun, maybe it's arc shields and I want to swap to the arc shotgun, it would make sense to equip that line formation to this one. And then it's just my void one. The line formation perk one isn't going to get that benefit. But to be honest, I use the dual loader one 90% of the time. Now, we're not going to get into an argument what's better, dual loader versus line formation, because people will argue that back and forth. Preference. Okay, so I'm not going to slap it on either of them right now because I have no need to use this arc shotgun. And I have really no need that I need to say, oh, I need my line formation void one with the line formation magazine. on it. Same thing with the ammo. Here's the one for this gun. This gun has ensured yields. I actually have the mod with ensured yields, so I could slap it on there and it would match that perk and give it the boost. This other one, dismemberment, that's a perk for one of the swords. I could put this on there again, but I have no use for it. So why put it on there if I don't need it currently? Because maybe when the next characters come out, maybe they come out and they also use an impact weapon, and one of those weapons has ensured yields on it, and it's actually the perk I want for that said weapon. I've already got the mod ready. So that's a big thing I harp on, is don't do things just because you can, because you got it right there in that moment. Really think about stuff before you do things in this game. Do you need to do that? Do you need to do it right now? Is it better to wait? But that's going to do it. I'm going to wrap it up. Little long video, but hopefully this helps you guys out when it comes to farming mythic weapons, getting those perks that you're looking for, and using your mods effectively on said guns. I'll see you guys in the next one.